the question once again. It's given that this Chotilal Moswal, he conducted a survey for 50 respondents and the investment choices were mutual funds, bonds, stocks and options. Now the respondent has to select at least one investment choice and he misplaced those 10 response sheets. So we have this data for remaining 40 respondents and for 50 respondents, I'm writing it as variable for now. So let it be A, B, C. Okay. Now will you guys tell me the numbers for 40 response also? I'll write it in this box only. Okay. So for example, for bonds alone, here it is 6. Okay, so I'll write 6 here. And for options, this is 1. So I'll just fill and okay, so this way you can fill, and when I write the conditions, so it's given that number of for 50 responses, the variables which I have filled in, number of people who invest in bonds only. Now bonds only is this K value, right? I hope if there is any question, just let me know. For set selection, I think just skim through the set once, and you should be able to select in 3 or 4 minutes which one you should go. Yeah. So here it's given bonds only, that is K. K is twice the number of people who invest in mutual funds, bonds and options only. So which is mutual funds, bonds and options only. You can see this is the intersection of bonds and options, and for mutual funds including, so this K is equals to 2O. Okay. And now this is given the second condition. The number of people who invest in bonds and mutual funds is twice the number of people who invest in mutual funds only. So bonds and mutual funds. So just see, look out for the intersection between bonds and mutual funds. It is this rectangle, right? And this is equals to twice the number of people who invest in mutual funds only. So this gives us L plus M plus N plus O is equals to twice A. This is mutual funds only. Now, the third condition gives number of people who invest in bonds and mutual funds only is greater than the number of people who invest in mutual funds, bonds and options only. So bonds and mutual funds only is this L. Okay. Just look out for the intersection, and if it's mentioned only, then will not include the remaining part. So it's mentioned L is greater than the number of people in mutual funds, bonds and options only, which is O. Okay. So these are the conditions for like 50 responses. And when we have to look out for the 40 responses, so here O for us, O is bonds, options and mutual funds only. So when we look into this, we get this value as 4. Okay. Yeah. So this O value is 4 and K value as per 4 plus something, since we don't have the data for the remaining 10 respondents. And for K, like K here is, we already figured out it's 6. So this will be 6 plus something. And let's look at this value now, LMNO. So L is bonds and mutual funds. Okay, let's just fill this table completely, so it would be easier for us to solve. So mutual funds only, mutual funds and stocks, this is 5, this is 4. When we go through bonds, this is 6, this is 0, this is 1, and this is 3. Are you guys able to understand my handwriting? Just let me know if there are any issues. Yeah, the diagram I have made is for 50 people and I'm just filling in the value for 40 so that it is easier for me to solve. Okay. So bonds, this is 2, 4, 0, 2. And when I go about this is 1, 0, 7 and 3. So when I add LMNO, so this will be 0 plus 4 plus 1 plus 0. This is equals to 2A. Like this is plus 10 respondents ka data. I don't know. I'm figuring out the conditions for 50. Okay. So this is 2 into 2, 4 plus the 10 respondents ka data. Now you see that this is already 5 and this is 4. So we have like respondents who invested in mutual funds only from those 10. Only then this condition will get fulfilled. Okay. You're getting my point. And from this mentions that L is greater than O. Okay, so O is already 4. So for example, O is already 4 and L has to be greater than O. So I'm taking it as 5 for now. Like just assuming that L is 5. Like L has to be minimum 5 so that it fulfills this condition. Okay. So if L is taken as 5, then in this condition, I'll get this will become 5. So this becomes 5 plus 5, 10. And in order to fulfill that, this 10, we'll have to add 3 in here, right? This has to be so that this condition gets fulfilled. Okay. Is there any issue? Did you get my point? Yeah. So I have already added L. I've already added 5 in L and 3 in A. Okay. Among those 10 respondents, I've got data for 8 respondents already through this. Okay. Now, when we thought about this condition, just come back to this. So K was 6. Okay. K is already 6. And in order to, I think we need to fulfill that O is 4. So K will become 2. So this is 2 into 4. Okay. So this is already becoming 8. So we have to add at least 2 in K. You're getting? So we have already added K 2. So we already got this data for missing 10 responses. So now the new values will become, A will become 3. Like A will become 5. 2 plus 3, 5. K will become 6 plus 2, 8. And L will become 0 plus 5, that is 5. Okay. Is there any issue? You got this? Last step, what last step? Can you please elaborate, Sanlab? So what I have done is I had this condition from the first case, K equals to 2O. And O is already 4. So this will be 2 into 4, 8. And K here is 6. So for fulfilling this condition, we need to add at least 2 to K. So that's what I have added. And hence K will become 8 after that. How A is plus 3. Okay. Okay. So when we were talking about this condition, LMNO equals to 2A, you got this how we have added L as 5. Okay. So after we have taken this 5, this became 5, 4, 1. Like L is 5, M is 1, and N is 0. But 1 second. Sorry, M. Yeah. So this is LMNO. This is 5 plus 4 plus 1 plus 0. So this is already becoming 10. And 2A, initially A was 2. Okay. So in order to make it 10, I have to add at least 3 in A. You're getting? How would I make this 10? If I add 3, because 2 into 5 will be 10. So are you able to understand how I came to this point, like how A is equals to plus 3? Okay, cool. So we'll move on and let's see the questions now. So this is mentioned out of the 50 respondents, how many people invest in mutual funds and bonds only? So remember now this is out of the 50 respondents. So you need to take into account this additions also. And this is bond. So that is L. So L initially was 0 and then we have added 5 to that. So L will become this will be the answer. You're getting? A is equals to 4. How A, because see, I have to. Oh, sorry. Um. Okay, I'll have to. I'll just repeat once. So, what I was mentioning, just tell me. Now, initially, it is mentioned that bonds only, that is K is equals to twice of O. Okay. Then the second condition we have is bonds and mutual funds, that is L, M, N, O. This is equals to twice of A. And the third condition we have is L, bonds and mutual funds only, that is L is greater than O. Okay. So what initially we started it was O is already 4. Like when we fill this diagram also, this is 2, 5, 4 for 40 respondents. This is the case for 40 respondents. Now O is already 4. Okay. So if L has to be greater than that, I am assuming it to be 5. Okay. And now when I come back to the second condition, which mentions L plus M plus N plus O, which will be um, 0 plus 1 plus 0 plus 4 according to 40 respondents, and then I add 5 for L. Okay, this is equals to twice of A. So A for now is 2. Now this is already becoming my 10. So I need to make sure that this also becomes 10 at least. So I'll have to add 3 in A so that this becomes 5, and 5 into 2 becomes 10. Getting my point? So that's why I added 5 in L and 3 in A. And when I came back to this condition, so 2 into O is already 4 and K B it's 6. So to fulfill this 2 into 4, 8, I need to add 2 in K. So that's where I came and I got this data for the 10 respondents that were missing. Okay. So for this question, how many people invest in mutual funds and bonds only out of 50? So mutual funds and bonds only is L. Initially it was 0 and then we added 5. So our answer becomes 5. Yeah, you can see the next question now, right? So the question is, out of the 50 respondents, how many people invest in mutual funds, stocks, and options? Remember, only is not mentioned here, okay? So you need to look at that also. Mutual funds, stocks, and options. So mutual funds and stocks and their intersection with O. This will be N plus G, okay? N plus G. And we have not made any additions for N and G. So it will be 7 plus 0 only. Okay? Getting my point? So that was 7 plus 0, which is 7. Okay. Now this is out of the 50 respondents, how many people invest in bonds only? So for bonds only, it was K and we have made 2 additions. Okay. So initially it was 6 and then we added 2. So this became 8. Okay. So next question is, out of the 50 respondents, how many invest in mutual funds only? So when we go back to mutual funds only, this is A and it was initially 2 and then we added 3. So it became 5. Okay. Now next is, out of the 10 respondents, the new respondents, the additions we made. How many invested in bonds, options, and mutual funds? And remember, in this question also only is not mentioned. So do keep in mind in this type of things in such questions. Don't make any silly mistakes there. So bonds, options, and mutual funds. So when I look at that, bonds and options with mutual funds. So this is O plus N. And we did not make any additions for O plus N. So there was no one in the 10 respondents who invested in this O plus N. Okay, so that's 0. You're getting it. And the next question is also again, out of the 10 respondents, how many invested in mutual funds only? So for mutual funds only, this is A. And for the 10 respondents, we added this 3. Okay. So that's why this is this 3. Getting it? You got this? 33 ones. Okay, I'll repeat 33. So it's mentioned that out of the 10 respondents whose response sheets were misplaced. Okay, so the new additions which we did, how many invested in bonds, options, and mutual funds? So when we go back to our data, so bonds, options, and mutual funds, we get this O and N values, right? For this O and N values, we did not make any additions. That means that no one was there in the 10 respondents who made investments in this mutual funds, bonds, and options. Okay. So that's why the answer is 0. You're able to understand? Yeah. So should we move on to the next set now? You saw that this set was very easy. Once we were able to solve the data, we could crack it off in 5-10 minutes. Okay. So this is how, and you also get 6 questions out of those sets. So this is also very beneficial for you. So once we are done with this set, this will give you a lot of confidence boost. And I think this like if you pick this correct set, you will already be, I think, at 60-70 percentile. So next we decided upon this set, right? Like this seems to be an easy set. So this is mentioned that there are 3 friends, Shreya, Ayush, and Muskan. Now each has some burgers and some drinks. Okay. So let's just mention it here. Now Shreya had at least 1 burger, and so I'll write Shreya, and twice as many drinks as burgers. So Shreya's drinks is twice the number of burgers, and BS is greater than equal to 1. Okay. Now, Ayush had at least 1 burger and thrice as many drinks as burgers. So, Ayush also had at least 1 burger and thrice as many drinks. Okay, this is Ayush. Now, Muskan, she also had at least 1 burger, and the number of drinks consumed were exceeded the number of burgers by 3. So, her burgers were okay. Now the total number of items they consumed is less than 20. So the total number of items will be BS plus DS plus BA plus DA plus BM plus DM. This is less than 20. Okay. And no person consumed more than 3 burgers. So I think 3 is the maximum. Less than equal to 3 for all of them. Now I'll just replace the DS, DA and DM values with these values so that it's easier for me to calculate. So DS is 2 BS, so this will become 3 BS plus DA is 3 BA, so that this will become 4 BA. And then DM is BM plus 3, so this will become 2 BM plus 3. So 3, I'm sending it to that, and this becomes 17. Okay. Are you clear with this? Yeah, you can definitely expect such sets in CAT. Okay. Um, Now let's see the questions what we have, and then accordingly we can go forward. So yeah. So yeah, if Shreya had at least 6 items in total, and the total number of items consumed is not equal to 17, how many items did Muskan have? So Shreya has at least 6 items. That means BS is greater than or equal to 2. That means you have BS can be equal to 2 or 3. Since more than 3 we cannot have. Okay. And the total number of items, this is less than 17, or okay, it's not equal to 17. Then the number of items with Muskan we need to find out. So we have like 2 cases here. First, we assume that BS is 2. So we'll get 3 BS plus 4 BS plus 2 BM. This is less than 17. And the number of items with Muskan is BM, 2 BM plus 3. Okay. Muskan has 2 BM plus 3 items. So if we take BS is equals to 2, this will become 6. So we have this two things left. When it goes here, this will be 11. This is 4BA plus 2BA. Now, also it's mentioned that it's not 17. So when we talk about 3BS, the total number of items were 3BS plus 4BA plus 2BM plus 3 is not equals to 17. That means 3BS plus 4BA plus 2BM. This is not equal to 14. Okay. Now we can take BA as 1, 2 or 3. So if we take BA as 3, this will become 12 and this has to be less than 11. So BA cannot be 3. We get this point from here. If we take BA as 2, this will become 4 into 2, that is 8. And so for that you have, like if we take another option, that is BA is equals to 2. You can take BM as 1. Okay, that's the only option you have because 4 2s are 8 and 2BM has to be less than 3. So you can take BM as 1 only. And if you take BA as 1, so this will be 4 plus like 2BM has to be less than 7. So if we go like if we take BM as 3, then the total number if then I think the total number will let's see the total number. BS is already 2, so this is 6 plus 4 into if we take B as 1 and see you can see that this is 10 and if I take BM as 2, this will become 14. So I cannot take BM as 2 here, right? So I have option of taking here as BM is equals to 3. You're getting it, right? 2 we cannot take, right? No, we have deducted, we have taken this 17 because it's mentioned that number of items consumed is not equal to 17. Okay. You're getting 2 because see, number of items can't be 17 and the total number of items is this 3BS plus 4BA plus 2BM plus 3. This is not equal to 17. So when I take 3 to this side, this becomes 14. And I have taken this case of BS equals to 2. So this is 6. And if I take BA as 1, then this will become 6 plus 4, 10. And if this should not be equal to 14. So if I take BM as 2, then this will become 14. So that's the reason I have taken. Are you able to get it? Yeah. So this was the reason BM can be 3, PM can be 1. So you can see like the total number of items with Muskan is 2BM plus 3. So BM, we can take BM as 1, we can take BM as 3. So you'll get different values, okay? Like 2 plus 3 will be 5 or 2, 6, 2, 3 is a 6 plus 3, 9. So that's why this is cannot be determined, okay? Like we cannot say a particular answer. Is it okay? Yeah. But how to reduce the solving time? See, this will come with practice, okay? Solving, when you are done with the concepts and you solve multiple sets, you'll be able to understand, you'll be able to grasp which concept to apply, okay? So just practice as many sets possible. Now, referring to the data in the previous question, we need to identify number of drinks with Ayush. So similar case, we can take B equals to 2 or B equals to 1. So number of drinks with Ayush was 3 BA. So this can be 6, this can be 3. Okay. That's why it's the same, cannot be determined. Getting it? Now, if Ayush had 6 drinks and total number of items consumed by all friends is greater than 16. Okay, so let's just write it down. We know that BA was equal to 3BA. So if this is 6, this implies BA is 2. Cool. Now, we had another condition. I think 3BS plus 4BA plus 2BM plus 3. The total number of items, this has to be greater than 16 and less than 20. Okay. That means 3BS plus 4BA plus 2BM. This has to be greater than 13 and less than 17. Just 2BM. We already have the value of BA as 2. I'll just put this down. So 3BS plus 2BM. This will have to be greater than 4 into 2, 8. So 13 minus 8 is 5 and 17 minus 8 is 9. Okay. Now we need to identify sum of number of burgers consumed by Shreya, BS, and number of drinks consumed by Muskan. So this is BM plus 3. Yeah. Now, so we can form cases here also, taking first as BS is equals to 1. So if we take BS as 1, this is 3. See, we cannot take BS as 2 and 3. You understand that. Like if I take 2, it will become 6. So, no, sorry. Okay, I can take, this is greater than. I cannot take BS is equals to 3 because this has to be less than 9. Okay. So we have two cases, BS is 1 and BS is 2. So starting with BS is 1. So this is 3. Now we need to be greater than 5. So if I take BM equals to 1, this will be 5 only. Okay, 3 plus 2, 5. So BM can be either 2 or 3. If I take BM as 3, so this will be 2 into 3, 6 plus 3 into 1. So this will be 9. So BM is 3 is also not possible. BM can be 1, right? BM can be 2, right? And in this case, when BS is 2, so this is already 3 into 2, 6. So that's too already not possible. Sorry. So when I take BS is 2, so this is 3 into 2, 6 plus 2 BM. This has to be less than 9. Okay, this condition we have already followed with BS equal to 2. Okay, this is greater than 5. Now, if I take BM as 2, then this will be 6 plus 2 into 2, 4. That will be 10. So, I'll not follow this condition. Hence, PM can be 1 only, right? So, in both the cases, what we had to calculate was BS plus BM plus 3. So, in either way, I get BS plus BM as 3. Okay. And 3 plus 3, 6. So, the answer to this question would be 6. You got my point, right? Anyone here who had difficulty, or is it okay? Yeah. From where to practice to get a CAT level set? I think you should start doing mocks. That's the best way you will get CAT level set. Now, according to the previous question, number of burgers consumed by Muskan. So we identify Muskan, the burgers consumed by Muskan can be 2 or 1. So that's why this is cannot be determined. Okay. So we are done with this set. So you understood that this was just simple case making and you could easily solve the questions. They were related only. Okay. So this could be your second preference. Yeah, you can solve both sectionals as well as full length. Okay. So now going back to the third set. So if you solve this two sets also, you'll be I think around 90-95 percentile in DILR. Okay. That would be pretty great in itself. And I think you should be able to solve this two sets in 20 minutes maximum, 20-25 minutes. Now, if you are targeting 99 or 97 to 99 percentile range in CAT, you should go for third set.